Hi everyone, welcome to a new Begijnhoeve video. My name is Tommie and in this video I decided to talk about the flying changes. You guys ask us a lot of questions about the flying changes, so of course I'm going to show it with Fanatique. She already know it really well, she already do the 2 tempies and the 1 tempies, but I decided, if you have seen my previous videos about how to warm up, the transitions and so on, you know that I am doing everything from the beginning. So what I want to do now is try to explain you a little bit how you start with flying changes, what kind of difficulties you can expect, and maybe in another video, if you have any questions, you have problems with your horse, leave it down below. Maybe I can give you some advices, because with every horse, of course, it's very different and you have different things you can do. In this video, I would like to talk about the basic things, how I learn a horse a flying change, and hopefully I can show it well to you and that you benefit from it. So now I did my warm-up. If you want to know how I do this, check this link here for the how to warm up video. I'm going to start now with how to make a flying change. Let's go. So the first thing, what's really important, of course, is that the canter has already a kind of a certain balance, and that you have kind of control, that she's not running away. It makes it easier if you have the balance already in order. Sometimes, when your horse is a little bit younger, it might be a little bit more difficult. Then you have 2 options, or you wait a little bit longer, like what I would suggest, take more time to balance your horse first and then start the flying changes. But if you want to do it, then always make sure that you take your time and don't rush. For this time I choose to show you from the counter canter. So if you have a horse already who knows the counter canter well, I always do the next step. So now she's straight. I always try to put the hunches a little bit in, like this. And then I put my outside leg back and then I change. So that was very simple. Ooh, braaf. So the reason why I choose to put the hunches in at first is for the fact that when you teach your horse a flying change, many horses, when you start to do the changes, they're laid behind. It's very helpful if you first put the hunches in a little bit, because it makes your horse wants to go the hind legs first. Some horses though, if you want to change, they change late in the front legs. In that case, you put them a little bit shoulder in. Are they straight then? No. But for me, it's very important when you start teaching a horse a flying change that the quality is good, that the horse understands the meaning of what you want. I always say you first have to teach them something before you can make it beautiful. Another thing is really important is that you see that you as a rider very easily wants to do too much with your whole body, because we think when we swing a lot like that, that it helps the horse to change. In fact, maybe for a little while it's true, you get them out of balance and they change. But in my opinion, it's better to wait a little bit longer and only use your leg. I know there are a few different ways to do it. Some people, they change with their inner leg. For me, that's, I don't do it. I always do my outside leg. When I make a transition from walk to canter, I only put my outside leg a little bit back, and then you have to transition to canter. So in fact, if you make a flying change, you have exactly the same aids. What's also another important thing is that you try to not bend them. In the beginning, when you teach your horse a flying change, of course that will be a little bit more difficult. That's the reason why I choose in the beginning to put the hunches a little bit in. If you have a horse like her, for example, you probably won't believe it. It took me 6 months to teach her the flying change to the right. To the left, it was very simple. To the right, she starts running and she was panicking. So what I did the hind legs in, which made it more easy for me to keep her a little bit with me. And then I make circles after the changes, and then I go straight and so on. So you need also to be a little bit creative in what you're doing. So what's really important is try to sit as straight and still as possible and only use your leg. In the beginning, if they don't understand it well, or if you made a mistake, don't caught in the trap that you will help too much or you bending or you do stuff, because when you teach your horse like that, then later when you want to make it beautiful, then you need to reset all those things again, which in my opinion is a longer road. So how I do it is take your time and don't rush. And every time try to give as less lag as possible and sit as straight as possible. It took me a couple years, to be honest, to sit still, and I still, when I watch the videos, I think, oh, don't do like this. So I have the same problems, but this is something I really wanted to mention because it's very important. So I'm going to repeat again. So I put my outside leg back, and then I have a transition to canter. So maybe when I do it on a diagonal line, so when you just teach your horse a flying change, it's difficult on a diagonal line because it's more easy to keep them straight, or they have a little bit support from the wall. The reason why I make a transition to walk right now is because she already anticipates on the flying change. That's what's happening when you teach a horse something. They already know what's going on, and that's why it's so difficult, because you have to teach them eventually to wait until I say she can make a flying change. So when you're going to teach your horse a flying change, all those things are going to happen for sure. You do it once or twice, and then your horse is getting to understand. So what you can do then is, I hope I can show. So I have this counter canter first. So if I put the hind legs in, if you do it a few times, the horses already will understand what's going on. So what you can do, you can make a transition to walk. And then you go to the right canter. And you make a transition to walk. And you go to the left canter. And walk. And right canter. And walk. And left canter. So that she really understands those kind of aids. And then you can keep the walk pieces in between shorter and shorter, and eventually you skip it. That's also another option you can do. So I do canter, walk, right canter, walk, left canter, no walk, and change. Braaf. Okay, good. So that was not super straight. So then the next thing is also important, what you do with your hands. And try if I can go straight in front of you, you can see it. So now, she already knows, I make her wait. This is important. So first, my basic terms needs to be in order. She needs to be straight, I need to be able to relax, she's not running away. Okay. Maybe I can demonstrate it better when I stand still. So the thing is, what a lot of people do, they put, if they want to change, for example, now from the right to the left, they put their outside leg back. While they're doing it, they do this. They take left bending and right leg. So it's more easy if you can teach them from the beginning on to be straight. So what I always do, when I change to the left, I give my right leg and I close a little bit my right hand so she's not running away. So I don't do right leg, left hand, I do right leg, right hand. When I change to the right, left leg, left hand. I'm going to do the same line, and I hope you can see it. When I do my hand, I can demonstrate it with my leg and my hand. So the first thing, it's important that you have a good imbalance. You go good on a diagonal, don't lose control. Now I close my right hand, right leg. Now wait, because she's already anticipating. Good, now left rein, left leg. Right lane, good, okay. You can see sometimes, even with me now, it's not super easy because I'm talking and she's already know what's going on. And what's also helpful, if you want to make the changes more straight, make a transition to walk in between, because she's like getting really excited now. Oh, nee. You can also make the changes on the wall. Wow. And you can see they are really getting straighter for some horses. It's also a good option. So then the next step, what you want to do is you want to slow down, relax, go forward and make a change. Well, see, with me it's also going wrong because I have a little bit difficulties with talking and riding at the same time. But what I wanted to say, because now my changes are not so big, so what you can do if you want to make your changes bigger, like more quality, you teach them to go to make a change in a higher speed or a bigger canter. So I'm going to try to demonstrate it right now. On the neck to all of that. So again, like I said, it's first important that they understand it. So I can make like a really small change in a very small canter, like very little. And then I want to make a bigger change. I try to make the canter bigger, 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 and I change. See, then you get bigger changes. So by playing small, big, forward and back, it's like I told in the previous video how to balance your horse. You can also make your changes a lot better by playing with your speed. As you see, she gets a little bit excited now, which is okay. So, and if you know, if your horse understands really well what's going on, then it gets more funny because you can make changes. What I am practicing right now. Every 2 stripes. I noticed myself that I didn't sit so still because I wanted to do really well for the video, but it was actually not so good because you saw a little bit tension maybe. And then, and then also you can do them every step. And always reward when they do well. I can't see it right now, but I thought they were really straight. Braaf. So of course these were 2 and 1 tempies. I will make another video about how to do that. But to be honest, if you know the basic principles, what I just told, like how to make 1 flying change, if you can do that correctly, you can make 3-time tempies, 4-time tempies, 2 tempies, 1 tempies. It's all about control and understanding. So please, if you start teaching your horse this, take your time, don't rush, and try to make it as simple as possible. Just put your leg back. If he don't get a reaction, then probably your canter is not active enough. Obviously with her, she is too much active all the time. So always find the basic reason why your flying change maybe is a little bit difficult. Is your horse reacting enough for the leg? Are your transitions in order? Is the rhythm of the canter okay? Is the balance okay? Most of the time, if you have problems with changes, one of those things are just not good enough. So you always have to go back to your basic work to make the changes done. I hope this was helpful for you. I just tried to explain a little bit how I teach a horse a flying change, or at least what aids I use to make a flying change. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. Like I said before, if you have any questions regarding this subject, leave them down below. Of course, thumbs up if you like, and don't forget to subscribe on our channel. See you next video. Ze is nog niet moe hoor. Nou ja, ik ben er klaar mee. Het is ook een rare tijd hè. Ja.